Hi, everyone. This is Adam Paltrowitz of Choral Clarity, and I thank you so much for tuning in whenever you tune in. As you know, when I do a video, it means that my daughter Lila has fallen asleep a little bit earlier than usual. So right now is concert season. If you've read any of my blogs recently, you can tell that I'm a big believer that we don't start holiday music for the most part until after Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving. So now we just finished Thanksgiving, and now we started the holiday stuff, and we're thinking about our concert. Now, my concert is until December 20th, so I've got plenty of time, but a lot of you have your concerts coming up right now. And I wanted to show you a free resource that I created to help everybody with their concerts. And it's called Your Ultimate Final Week Choir Concert Checklist. And it's downloadable for free. I put the link on the Choral Clarity community, Facebook community. So if anybody is interested, you can download it. I see a lot of you have already downloaded it in the last 5-10 minutes. But in addition to this, I also put on my website some free downloads for Jingle Bells, for Deck the Halls, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, what else? Sia Hamba, a lot of pieces. Sia Hamba is not really a holiday piece, but it's something I do for Kwanzaa. And I also have two arrangements. Was it O Hanukkah, which there's two different things. There's one for a carol and one that, well, it's not really a carol because it's carols are for Christmas, but the equivalent of a carol, short that you could put in with the carols. And then there's a real O Hanukkah arrangement for SAB and SSA that I'm selling. And also dreidel, which there's a carol equivalent, and a full piece. So all of this stuff for the holiday season. But this is something, again, for free that I'm giving out, and I wanted to share some concepts with you. The overarching concept here is that you have to view the concert, the actual concert, through the lens of the audience, not through your 3 months of preparation. By now you've worked hard, the students have worked hard, they're ready, their music sounds great, and that's not going to change. The change in the last week is really small compared to the major impact of changing your hat from being the conductor to being an audience member. And this right here, these 17 things here are things that people don't think about, or maybe some of them you think about, but not all of them. This is 20 years of teaching and realizing little things that were missing from my concert. And so I put them here for you to check off that you've done them. So I'll give you an example. So the first thing says, I've checked my students' concert attire prior to the day of the concert, either photos submitted or at the real dress rehearsal. So I've had students, we wear robes. I have had students that wore robes and showed up with sneakers, white sneakers. And what do you do the night of the concert? It's too late. They're already there. Their parents are already there. Do you make them go home? Well, this is the type of situation where a student will say, well, I didn't know, or I didn't have black shoes. In this situation, if I've checked what they've worn and checked it off, they've proven that they have it, they've proven to themselves that they've had it, that they have it. And therefore, it's much less likely that we're going to have an incident. Or some kind of weird color stockings that the girls are wearing, skull stockings going down, all of these little things. But so that's the very first thing on here. The second one on here is we have choreographed and practiced precisely how students walk onto the risers and or enter the concert venue. So this is all about how they get there. If you have a processional, you probably practice that. But if you don't, and the students just come out and maybe there's an MC, a principal, or a director of music, or somebody introducing your group, your kids just kind of roam out. Have you practiced exactly how they walk out, the speed that they walk out, the way in which they turn for the risers? So that's the second one. I'll skip to some other ones in there. We've practiced any setup or breakdown that must occur in between songs, such as instruments coming on the stage, coming off the stage, or singing alignment changes. Anything that's going to happen during the concert that's going to take time in between songs. Have you practiced that so the audience isn't sitting there watching all of this stuff happening? It looks like an orchestration when it's practiced. When one student knows that they take the drum from backstage and put it on, and then another student knows they take that off and they take a stand and they put it down. These are all things that can be practiced that would create a beautiful flow in a concert. Maybe I'll give you one more. How about this one? I've written and practiced a succinct speech that recognizes all student accomplishments. Meaning that if you're going to recognize students that made all county, or students that won an award, or students that are accompanying your concert, or students that have a solo, did you prepare exactly what you were going to say and when you were going to say it? These are the kinds of things. It's so easy to leave out a student, forget a student's last name. By putting it into a speech and making it clear and knowing exactly what you're going to say and having it maybe on an index card, you will then ensure that those students will not be left out. So I gave you 4 of the 17 on here. It's downloadable, it's free, and it's just a gift to you all for the holiday season, and I hope it's impactful. I hope that you write about which ones that maybe you missed or that you've never done before or thought about before, maybe which ones you have. And let's start a dialogue. Maybe there's something I missed that I can add to this form for future people to download. Anyway, there'll be more of these coming up, but I hope that you download the resource and stay in touch. Happy holidays, happy concert season.